In this dress, I'm the biggest mess. I'm so fucked up. I must confess, I love this girl, can't love her less. I must confess, in this dress, I'm the biggest mess. Die for a hit and bruise my lips. I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. In this dress, I'm the biggest mess. Still beautiful, I must confess.
All right. It's the Raymus podcast for the Rio Grande Valley alternative music scene. That was Gia by Royal Angst, who is our first guest for this new season. It's been a while, glad to be back, and damn, what a song to kick off the new season. Royal Angst has a gritty and intense grunge sound with powerful vocals and a lot of trauma and attitude that lives up to the name. Jackie Rose is the mostly sole member of the project, but sometimes works with a drummer and studio producer, and previously had a full live band who played live shows for years before Jackie went solo and recorded the first Royal Angst album called Fuchsia Motel. Have fun hearing me mispronounce that title over and over throughout the episode. We speak with Jackie about the 90s influence on her sound and how we're glad to see the 90s increasingly influence today's pop culture and mass nostalgia. We also get into her side project called Henley, which sort of has a late 90s, early aughts singer-songwriter vibe like that of Avril Lavigne and similar artists. We discuss her low-key social media presence and quiet album promotion that stems from her not wanting to spam her followers with constant posts and stories. I'm the same way. Later on, we get to her visual art and interesting album art she makes for her music releases, as well as listen to some of her best songs with you. Let's get to it. This is Royal Angst. So yeah, we can just jump right into it. Henley, the new project, you've had it for a few months now. You have 2 singles out. Is it going to be an album soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Soon, sometime soon.
Oh, okay, that's good. Any music videos you're planning?
No, I want to make music videos so bad, but it's like I have so many ideas and weird ones too, but I have no space. I live in a tiny little house, and then, COVID, I don't really want to go out. So it's kind of hard to make videos right now.
I see, yeah. Any more video performances?
No. No, I really want to film something, but I can't really find the time. I mean, I have time, but I also don't have time. I have to, I buy and sell things online, so that's how I make my money, and I'm kind of doing that.
Oh,
It's really hard to balance.
Yeah, all the musicians down here have to have side hustles and stuff. So
Yeah.
how's the response been for Henley? Your DMs, your comments, the likes, and Spotify streams and all that?
Pretty good. I mean, small, but awesome. We start somewhere.
I mean, it's a side project. Do you still consider it a
Right.
side project, or is it your main project now?
I feel like all my music is my main You know what I mean? Like, but it kind of splits into different genres, kind of. I guess Royal Angst is my main project, but they're all like equally important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because it feels like Henley's a side project because it's new and there's only 2 singles out, but it can
Right.
also feel like your main because it's your solo thing. I mean, Royal Angst, even though you've kind of, it's mostly solo. I know you have a drummer, I believe. But
Mhm.
for a while, we've known you as Royal Angst, the
Right.
band, because we've seen you perform live for like 4 or 5 years as a band before you dropped the album, which is very strange because most people, they have the band, they put out the album, and then they play shows. But you played shows with the band forever, and then after your band kind of went mostly solo, that's when you released an album. How did that play out? The timeline of the band that way?
Well, the thing is, I mean, recording on your own is kind of hard when you don't know what you're doing exactly.
Mm.
I mean, you can tell from my old stuff that doesn't exist online anymore, I think.
Yeah, I haven't
It
seen it on
wasn't it
Bandcamp.
wasn't that good, no.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, my friend who plays drums for me now, um I play drums sometimes too. But he plays like mostly all the drums because like during COVID I couldn't really go and record them, you
Mhm.
know. And on this new album I want to play more drums. But anyway, so this friend I'm working with now, he really helped me with recording the album, the first album, and this one, all my albums, all my stuff now. He helps me record, and he doesn't charge me because
Oh
he's
wow.
learning. You know what I mean? So like I'm his little like guinea pig, so he's learning, and that's, I guess that's why I'm kind of like not being charged. But other, people have wanted to record me, but then I couldn't afford. It's really hard to make a buck. I gotta take care of my pets. I like little animals. But um, man, when I talk, I'm like all over the place.
It's
What
all
was the
good.
question?
Like the timeline of the band, because you've had a band for
Right.
forever, and then you dropped an album
Yes.
years
So
later, kind of solo. How did the band kind of? I know you had an unfortunate falling out with Ileana, but
yes.
I mean, what are the other members up to? Who I can't remember who they were or where else they played in.
Um, I don't know. I know Caitlin, my old drummer. She was with Ratchet Dolls for a
Oh,
while,
okay.
but then I don't know what happened with that, and I don't know where she is. I don't talk to anybody. I find it easier to just stick to myself, and I'm really like antisocial. I like to work alone or like with one person. I don't like other people trying to take like creative control of things that I create.
We're going to take a short break. When we get back, we discuss the meaning and story behind the album title Fuchsia Motel. We also get into some 90s love and nostalgia, as well as talk about how personal her lyrics are when it comes to the heavy lyrical topics in her songs. For now, this is Guilty by Royal Angst.
I'm not interesting. I'm just boring. How steam, and you've got everything. I'm not innocent. I'm so guilty.
What's the inspiration behind the name? I don't know how to pronounce it. Fuchsia Motel.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. Okay.
Yeah. So like the inspiration. Well, one night it was like 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. I had like these thoughts running through my head, and I was like, man, I gotta write a song about this and that or whatever. So then I got up, and I used to go and write in the bathroom, and so I wrote Fuchsia Motel and Tangerine Dream at the same time that night, like really late that night. Then the next day I recorded those really ugly demos from before that no one shall ever hear again. So yeah, and the inspiration behind Fuchsia Motel is like giving feelings a personality, and like they all live in your brain, you know, all these feelings and thoughts live in your head. But what if like your brain had like little rooms, and your brain is like, well, it's actually like gray or something, right? But I mean, it's pink. So another word for pink would be fuchsia. And I didn't want it to be like Pink Motel or something. That sounds.
That would
I
not
wanted a
fit.
weird
Yeah.
title, a weird color.
Yeah, the
You know what
disconnect
I mean?
between Pink and your album is I mean, your album cover has like worms in the background and stuff.
Yes,
So.
I had a chameleon, and those were her worms, and I
Oh
gathered
wow.
them together, and I took a picture of them.
Oh wow, you took that yourself. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool. And you
and I
did the
cut up.
artwork yourself too? The collage?
Yes, I made that. I cut up a bunch of like old 50s and 60s magazines, like those Lifetime or Life and Time magazines, and I made that collage. And also this shirt I'm wearing, this baby's gonna be on the I don't know if you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
The baby's gonna be on the next album
Oh, cool.
cover.
Oh,
Hmm.
how far are you on that?
Pretty far. I hope to release it this year sometime. Yes.
That'd be pretty cool. So about the album, well, first of all, the inspiration behind the album, like, what's your connection to the '90s? Are you were you were you old enough to remember the '90s, or?
The end of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a '90s kid myself, so I mean, your album's very nostalgic for me. Even though that's not really
That's
what I listened to
awesome.
growing up. I listened to a lot of like garage and two step and the little like dubstep a little later, and the UK electronic stuff growing up, and gangster rap, but
Right.
that kind of the alt stuff I didn't really get into later on. And so yeah, what did you grow up listening to that you feel like you applied your inspiration to the album?
Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac. I have a lot of I'm really inspired by the 60s and 70s rock, you know, classic rock, but you don't really hear it in my stuff, but that's where I got Henley's name from, Don Henley from
Oh, okay.
Eagles.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
I like him. But yeah, grunge. Pink Floyd, Radiohead. Pink Floyd made me feel things like at a very young age. I just wanted to like die. You know what I mean? Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and your album stands out not just for the influences and the kind of aesthetic you're kind of going to, but the subject matter as well. Like uh people around here, whether it's rap, whether it's punk, whether it's people if it's not political, it's a very upbeat kind of topic. But for you, it's very personal, and some of it I'm listening to, I'm like, gee, I wonder how much of this is autobiographical or how much of it is just story. uh I mean, you speak about like abuse and low self-esteem and doubt and revenge sometimes too. It's a bunch of heavy topics in your lyrics. So how much of it is autobiographical, you would say?
About 88%. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. A high amount.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought maybe like you were, making a statement about the times or something, but wow, yeah. To know that it's personal like that,
Um,
yeah.
a lot of my stuff is very personal. And then a lot of my stuff is just about dreams. Then also a lot of my stuff is about, based off characters from movies or TV shows, but a lot of it is about me and my feelings and what I've gone through and what I see, you know. A lot of it is personal.
Lyrically, what would you say is your strongest track? Like if
Woo. That's a hard. That's a hard one.
I do
Um,
kind of like the setup of like what's it called, Lover Boy or Lover Girl?
Lover Girl.
Lover Girl, yeah. I do also like Killing Time. It's very blunt, very straightforward. A lot of your stuff is very blunt. You don't dress it up in like metaphor too often, or your double meaning. It seems very you're lyrically very blunt, and I kind of like that. I mean, a lot of grunge was as well.
Right.
Um, so what's that other
Thank
song?
you.
I think it's called Sick.
Yes.
That
Sick.
one's very. I think that was one of your one of your more aggressive ones too. It hits the ground running pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and a
a true
lot.
story, that one.
Oh damn. And, a lot of the songs I hear, I'm thinking like, wow, this would be pretty cool to hear live. Will we ever
Hmm.
hear these live?
Yes, sometime. Hopefully. I'm tired of this virus stuff, but yes, I want to make it big. I mean, everyone does, right? But
Yeah.
it'd be really cool.
Yeah. That's cool. And I feel like there's more 90s influence in the music
Hell yeah.
today going on, because we've been obsessed with the 80s forever, and me being a 90s kid, it's cool to see some of the 90s come
Yes.
back a little
I
bit.
feel like it's coming back.
Yeah, because it was kind of delayed, because people say like nostalgia comes in 20-year cycles. The
That's
70s, they
true.
had Happy Days and they were being nostalgic for the 50s, and all that
Right.
stuff, and then all the way to the 90s are nostalgic for the 70s, and
Yeah.
2000s and on, we've been nostalgic for the 80s forever, and it's long overdue.
Yes, it's about time.
Yeah. No, I was kind of glad to hear, even though I might not have loved Lord's new album as much as I did Melodrama, but I'm kind of glad she's bringing some like 90s stuff in it. I never listened to like Jewel kind of stuff from the 90s, but it's kind of cool to see her, bring some of that
Yeah.
stuff back and make the 90s, relevant again. So,
Yes,
um,
I'm loving that. It's awesome.
yeah, some locals bringing back grunge too. What's their name? Rogues and Renegades. They're doing kind of like a Soundgarden kind
Yes,
of thing.
they freaking rock.
Oh, you
It's
know
like
them. That's cool.
it's like Chris Cornell never died.
Yeah. Even the tank top and everything. It's
Right, yeah.
I love it. I love
They're awesome.
it. I think they're one of the last bands I saw before the pandemic hit, actually. I think that's why their memory's still vivid in my head. So yeah, I touched on Henley, touched on Royal Angst history a little bit, and your live performances. You have some on YouTube. your live acoustic performances, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a shame because your singing is so good on there. I was like, wow, I wish I could see her like play actually live in person. And then you have, I think, I also saw you on Sam Daly's Homegrown.
Oh yes. Oh my God.
To hear you with the drummer too.
Yeah, that was fun and embarrassing, but fun. I get weird in front of cameras. I'm just like, ah.
I feel you. I have my camera off right now. Like, nah, I always say I don't like cameras, and cameras don't like me. So I'm like, I have no problem not putting my face on my blog, so or my name or anything. So I'm like, yeah. But you seem pretty comfortable. Like you seem like a natural at it. I didn't notice any nervousness or camera
I'm
shyness
so
or anything.
awkward. I'm so nervous.
Really, I think I thought you were like playing your kind of character. You mean you had
Oh
the
yeah, well I am
of
just
that
like this also.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that alt girl with the ripped jeans kind of thing. I thought that was just you were just being in character like that, so it fit.
That's just me.
Yeah, and it was cool seeing you with a drummer like that again after not seeing you
Yeah.
live in a while. So
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fun.
we're going to take another short break. When we get back, we cover her preference for releasing full albums as opposed to singles in a world that is increasingly preferring shorter releases, and also why her album promotion for Fuchsia Motel was quiet, sudden, and short-lived. For now, this is an acoustic performance of Crocheted by Royal Angst.
I'm weak, I'm crocheted. Pull the string and walk away. I'm naked, I'm to blame. I wouldn't have it any other way. Douse me in kerosene. Watch me burn oh so slowly. I'm confused, backed up too. You light me up, I burn for you. I need you, can't have you. I need to breathe you in. I need you, can't have you. I need to breathe you in. I'm feeble, I'm frail. You're intoxicating to inhale. My skin is braille. Pay close attention to detail. Touch me softly. I want to hear you say you need me. I'm dirt, you're sand. You slip through mine, I stain your hands. I need you, can't have you. I need to breathe you in. I need you, can't have you. I need to breathe you in. Go away, go away, go away. Don't go away, go away, go away, go away. Go away, go away, go away, don't go away.
What's another question? Give me a question. Go.
All right. What inspired the image on your shirt and your album cover? Because it kind of gives me Nirvana vibes and Swans vibes. So I don't know what do you?
That's so funny that you said that because actually this baby comes from like a 1940s, 1950s ad from a magazine I had lying around. And it's like, it's a soap ad, Swan, the soap.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's
oh.
like a line. It's like a line of babies, and I love that. I don't even know where they are, but I scanned the image and I have the little babies, and I picked this one because it was just so cute. And so I just touched it up. I painted on it, and then, well, like digitally.
Hmm.
And then these butterfly wings I plucked out of my dad's truck because you know how they get the butterflies,
Uh-huh.
they fly to their death. And then so like I scanned the wings and I painted on those too, and then I like fused these two things together and then got this little baby that represents me. Yeah, this is gonna be a Angst album. It's gonna be awesome. I think there's gonna be like 14 songs on it too.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's great to hear full albums again. I mean, I do so many of the roundups single by single. It's rare to hear full albums anymore, and the site started as an album review
Yeah, like
website, so it's cool to have some more material to cover.
everyone's always putting out like a single and then another single, and it's just singles all the time. And
And I
it's
was
like,
like, you
where's
could
your
have,
album?
yeah, I
I
know.
love albums.
Yeah. I guess I'm old school like that, but I know the kids
Yeah.
these days are more like Spotify minded. So there's just like, what can I do for this single that'll get the streams
I
going? And,
think I think singles are weird. Like, I mean, I like them. I mean, I put out singles, but I'd rather just throw out a whole album, like poof,
mhm.
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I put out a single is when I'm like anxious and I'm like, oh, it's been too long and I want to release something. This song sounds good enough. Let's go.
Yeah. So what was your response for your Royal Angst album? That's a full album. Like you have a longer, because I know it's single cycles for a single die pretty quick, but an album cycle you can keep the promotion going on it for a while.
I
Can
suck at promoting. Like, I need to do it more, but I just feel like, what if I'm like pushing at people too much, Like,
yeah.
listen if you want to, but
Well,
I
some
know I need to
people,
be like, hey, listen to it.
yeah, like I'm not a recording artist, but if I was, I'd feel like, man, I'm spamming my own page way too
That's how
often.
I
Like,
feel.
and some people do
Yes.
that. I feel like when you go on Instagram and they have their stories and they'll post like 20 stories a day, and it's usually about the same thing. Like they share their Spotify
Yeah,
screenshot, check out my new single Spotify, and then
I know.
they'll share that like 20 times a day. And
Like the same people are gonna see it. You need
yeah.
to like,
If
like
we
they
saw it the
know.
first time, we're gonna see it the second time. Like,
Yeah, they already know. We're the new people. Tell them. See, that's why I kind of don't want to just like throw it at them,
Yeah,
pick at
yeah.
them. Like because then you get annoying and like nobody likes that. Every once in a while, it's like, hey, listen to it, please, thank you.
Yeah.
But
I kind of like that kind of promotion. I know some people do like the slow rollout, some people do the surprise drop, some people do the drop it and spam it 20
I think
times
I
a
kind of do
day.
surprise dropping all
But
the time.
I kind of like that because I had no idea you were even active anymore. I thought you were one of the artists that stopped when the pandemic hit.
Hell
I
no.
was not anticipating a new album. I was not.
Hell no.
But you dropped it. I didn't even see it from your page first. I saw other people sharing it,
Oh,
and that's
really?
how I came across your album.
That's so cool.
So because I might have seen it eventually, because I do like when I look for stuff to cover, I do like the search on Bandcamp, and I search by city. So also I would search like McAllen, Wessico, Brownsville, Harlingen, and I'll just see where the new stuff is being dropped on Bandcamp, and then do the same for like a little Google search it,
Hmm.
SoundCloud search, and all that. But yeah, I came across that. I listened to it right away, and I was just shocked. I was like, "What? She has an album?" I was like, "Wait, is the band back together or what?" And I had no idea. I
Yeah,
just
some people still think like the band is together, but it's actually just me. And they're like, what?
well,
Yeah,
it's
it's
because y'all
pretty.
had such a big presence on stage. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of I know at first it's kind of weird to hear your album and it has such a big sound and you think it's mostly you instead of the band with their big sound that we're used to hearing on stage.
Yeah.
We're going to take one last break. We'll end the episode talking about more love for a previous decade, this time the 70s. We get into her visual art, and Jackie asks me what my favorite song off Fuchsia Motel is. Find out which song I choose at the very end of the episode, and we'll listen to it together. For now, this is Funny by Henley.
Funny how you're talking shit. I'm the bad one in this. It's funny now. I'm over it. I'm gonna show you I'm better than anyone who's gotten revenge. You're gonna see me. I haven't disappeared. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't disappeared. You messed up too. You make me out to be the worst to have ever walked the earth. Wait till they hear the truth. Wait till they hear about you. I'm gonna reappear when you least expect me. I'm gonna make your life hell for what you did to me. Nothing will ever be the same. Baby, you're gonna remember my name. Seems like you don't stop and think before you do. Loving you was a mistake. Poor girl is next on your list. I hope you fuck up again and again till you deserve to win. I'm gonna reappear when you least expect me. I'm gonna make your life hell. I'm gonna reappear when you least expect me. I'm gonna make your life hell for what you did to me. Nothing will ever be the same. Baby, you're gonna remember my name.
But you know what's interesting too? Like I feel like what do they call it? Borrowed nostalgia. Like
Right.
my last podcast was months ago was with Upon Your Dead Body.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like 21, 22 or something, but he's doing emo music like from the early 2000s, like the Cody and Cambria era, the From First to Last era, even though he was too young to really remember it. So that's what
Right.
they call that concept, like borrowed nostalgia. Like you weren't
Me
around for
too.
it, but you
Yeah.
or you were too young to remember it,
Right.
but you still feel nostalgic for it. And people, I mean, people love the 80s and they feel like, man, I feel so nostalgic for a decade I wasn't even alive
Right.
in. So I
Yeah.
mean, my era, like growing up, like in high school, was we would listen to chill wave, and that was nostalgia of a time we weren't even around for. So it's a thing. It's a real
I
thing,
get
and
it. Yeah.
but I'm glad we're getting a different nostalgia for once.
I'm like
So
that too. I'm like, okay, if I could be like my age now, but in any decade, I would have a hard time choosing between the 70s and the 90s. It's kind of like, you know.
But yeah, I think people like the '70s, like the singer songwriter aesthetic is very it can carry over a lot of '70s kind of stuff, like the old like Joni Mitchell kind of days kind of thing,
Yeah.
and the
Paul
Fleetwood
Simon.
Mac kind of Stevie Nicks and yeah, Paul Simon as well, and that's a thing too. So I kind of like that.
Me too.
Um, like Lord's new album gave me like Joni Mitchell kind of vibes as well. So, uh, so I like that people are pulling different sources for a change for their
Yeah.
inspiration. So I kind of like that. We haven't spoken on Plastic Bag yet.
Oh God. So,
Okay,
hey, that's
who's
an
it?
early single there.
Okay, first of all, okay, it just gave me '90s vibes, like the nostalgia
Cool.
right off the bat with that record scratch kind of thing you had.
Yes, I like record
You
scratches.
added that yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, you know what this needs? This.
Yeah, I built the little beat and the little and I wanted that guitar to just be like boom boom. You know, I like when there's like a beat going on in the background or like drums in the background, but the
Mhm,
guitar did like a little thing and then the
mhm.
drums keep going and then doo-doo, little thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's an early single there, buddy. Um so at first I wanted to do like because I do write electronic-y type songs too, you know. And so at first before Henley was, before Funny, because Funny is so cool and that's where Henley's going. The Plastic Bag was just I don't know where those beats came from. I don't know. It doesn't fit. It doesn't go together, but I like it. I'm probably gonna redo Plastic Bag with real drums and then put that out, you know. But it was really fun to do the little beat and everything. Record scratch is gonna stay though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna stay.
That's gotta stay.
Maybe add some more record scratches.
Yeah, that if we're bringing back the '90s, that has to make a comeback as well.
Yes.
So. And I haven't asked you this yet, but do you consider yourself a visual artist as well? Because not only the collage you did for Fushia Motel and your shirt that you're wearing, but Plastic Bag. I love that kind of
Oh, the photo?
the thank you plastic bag on your face as well.
My little brother helped me take that photo outside, actually. I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna put a bag on my head and you're gonna take a picture. But don't get any background, just get the sky, so you have to be down here like this. So I kind of like directed him. It was so funny. He's 12. But yeah, visual artist, yes. Photography, painting. I want to actually start working with clay. That's what I've been like obsessed with, like since a couple days ago.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
tried working with clay before, but it didn't really work out because my stuff would like burn and bubble in the oven. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? But I'm gonna start working with clay soon.
Are you gonna make clay
Um,
statues or?
yes, I want to make like little sculptures and also like earrings and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
yeah, visual artist. Yeah, I would say so.
I remember you having I don't know if it was a page or just a post, but you had little stuff to sell like that. I don't know if it was just stickers though, or if it was other stuff as well.
Oh my God, yes, little stickers on Etsy. That did not work. It's actually really hard to sell on Etsy, so I gave up on that.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, you had all these little stickers. I see the Lover Girl. Did you make that one yourself too? The Lover
Oh,
Girl cover?
my Royal Angst little website thing, my
Yeah.
merch. Oh yeah, I still have that up and running. You could
Oh,
go buy a
okay, cool.
CD.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, little stickers. Yeah, I made them.
Collections of demos from the vault. That's the only place we can get it
Yes,
now.
yes, that's the only place. So, what's your favorite song off Fuchsia Motel?
Lover Girl.
Lover
I
Girl.
love the kind of like a multi-suite kind of thing going. The verses, the
Right.
pre-choruses, and the choruses are all very different from each other, and then the finale at the end. And I just love how it's like has those guitar screeches and all that. It just sounds so hypnotic. And
Thank you.
thanks for sticking around for the entire episode. Big thanks to Royal Angst for speaking with us. Check out her music in the description, or add Royal Angst and Henley on streaming services, or purchase on Bandcamp. I'll catch you all next Thursday on the Raymus podcast. Here's my favorite Royal Angst song, Lover Girl. Enjoy.
Baby, I've been awful lonely here in my cell. I miss the world, a pretty picture in an electric shell. Tell me I'm your only lover girl. Tell me I still make your belly swirl. I missed you be far away. Come into my mind. I'll wrap you in my arms so tender, and these pink cushions will hide. I'll tell you you're my only lover boy. I'll tell you you're my only favorite toy. Ooh. What? Ooh. Sometimes I wanna shrink you down to myself, put you in my pocket. Sometimes I wanna collect your eyes into my hands straight from the socket. I wanna be the only queen you ever see, your only lover Baby, I've been awful lonely here in my bed, drawing up some naughty pictures to fill the space in my head. I'm hungry, aching, craving you constantly. Insatiable ravenous, I am weak. My heart says you're my favorite pet from my collection of curious critters. I wanna feed you, chew your meat for you. You'll never be blue as long as I have you in captivity.